travel vloggers, people who roam around different countries and vlog their experience and share how they find it and try and be respectful about people's cultures and also try and give a fair insight on the country and how it is. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most authentic and one of the most honest travel vloggers we've ever seen. And of course I'm talking about the small-brained American who's made the classics like India sucks, don't ever come here, or another classic, how long till I get food poisoning in India, and in brackets, not long. And recently he went back to India and he had a lot of interesting things to say, so let's talk about it.
20. I'll pay you 20.
20
20, yeah.
dollar?
You're funny.
You also funny, my friend. Who has taken here 20 rupees?
25 rupees.
Impossible 100 number.
Okay, give me a number. Give me a better number.
Better number I told you, sir. There's
Okay,
very
40.
crowd.
40. Okay, thank you. All right. 40.
Bye bye.
All right. It's always fun bargaining in India. It's almost impossible to get a nice price.
So here we see our guy trying to get a taxi back to his hotel, and the price he wants, 20 rupees. So 20 rupees in cents is literally 25 cents, guys. Like, it's literally pocket change to this guy. And once he doesn't get the price he wants, he literally has the audacity to say that you don't get fair prices in India. Now, I do understand that you want the best price possible and you don't want to be scammed, but these people offering taxis also have families to feed at home. They have to look after themselves, and 20 rupees is literally nothing. Like, this guy is literally taking the piss when he's trying to get a taxi for 20 rupees and saying that it's impossible to get a good price around here just because they weren't willing to give him that price range is a bit self-centered and arrogant, because realistically speaking, a taxi drive to his hotel is at least 100 rupees, and him offering 20 rupees, 25 rupees is almost disrespectful to these people who are trying to make a living. But anyway, our guy makes it to his hotel, and this is what he has to say about why he's visiting India again.
Come back to Delhi just to shit on it. I'm trying to avoid this place like the damn plague, but I have to come back here for a little layover, so
A little layover, very interesting. I'm pretty sure him coming back to India has nothing to do with the fact that whenever he uploads a vlog of him in India, his videos all of a sudden skyrockets in views. I mean, his top 2 literal most popular videos are of him visiting India, so definitely think that played a major role in his motivation of him wanting to revisit Delhi, a place which apparently to him sucked. And I think the top comment in his video literally explains my point perfectly. And this gets me onto the main point of my video, that this travel vlogger and many other travel vloggers like him visit the impoverished and polluted parts of India, and they misrepresent it in their titles and try and label it as the whole of India, while purposely ignoring regions that aren't polluted and are not as crowded. And the main reason for this is that hating on India has become a pretty big trend online, and visiting these poor regions, these impoverished regions full of pollution, visiting these regions are what get views in the algorithm. And I don't have a problem with him visiting these areas and him vlogging it and showing how bad conditions are, but I think it's unfair to represent it as the whole of India in your titles, because if this guy said in his title visiting the impoverished parts of India, then at least you know that the whole of India isn't like this. But him representing it as the whole of India in his title, it creates this really false narrative, and I think it's really unfair and misrepresentative of the people of India, and it's really disrespectful towards them And I think being a travel vlogger with a lot of influence, it is your duty to be as fair and as respectful as you can. And the small-brained American clearly does not give two shits about any of this. Because after his previous videos, he actually got called out for doing this. And you guys want to hear his response?
I know I'm picking on Delhi, but I just happened to be in Delhi, so I figured I'd share my opinions with you guys. A lot of you guys had complaints that I didn't go to every square inch of the country before forming an opinion. Last time I was here for 8 weeks. All right, so I don't want to hear shit. All right, I went to like 10 different cities, saw a lot of different shit. And I think that entitles me to have an opinion. I think even 1 week in the country would entitle me to have an opinion. But you're saying, oh, go to the south. Oh, go to the far north, go to the far northeast. Well, I'm sorry I didn't go to your very specific regions of India where perhaps those are the outliers. Those are the places that don't suck major But I happen to find myself where I am. And I'm gonna express my opinion on it.
So in other words, what our guy here is trying to say is that visiting the impoverished parts of India gets views, and visiting the beautiful regions of India does not get views. So he doesn't give a shit about what people say about his vlogs. He's just gonna keep doing whatever gives him views. And you know what? Game's the game. If he wants to get views, then sure, keep visiting these impoverished parts of India. But don't try and lie saying that you're here just for a layover and you all of a sudden magically happen to find yourself in these parts of India, because that is clearly not true and it is clearly a lie.
Hello.
It's Mr. Bald.
I've come back to colonise this country because what they need is a f***ing broom around here. When we left this country, hello my friend. When we left this country hundreds of years ago, we left it, not hundreds of years ago, 50 years ago, we left it tidy and neat and nice buildings.
Exactly, and they f***ed it.
You gave them 50 years to look after it and look what happens.
And here we get introduced to another quite popular travel vlogger, Bold and Bankrupt. And this guy is even worse than the travel vlogger we're talking about right now, because this guy back in the day used to love India. In fact, he loved India so much, a little too much if you ask me, to the point where he would ride around his bike and film Indian policewomen in a very questionable way. And to be honest, I wouldn't expect anything less from a man who has the mentality of a literal edgy teenage boy. But the sad thing about Bold and Bankrupt is that he is above the age of 50, but he still loves to brag about sleeping with teenagers. But hey, at least it shows us the type of people that are filming and recording these vlogs. And another interesting thing I found while checking out Bold and Bankrupt videos was the comment section, because the comment section seems to be exactly like Bold and Bankrupt, and his comment section produces absolutely beautiful comments, such as one right here which says, being poor is absolute no excuse to being an absolute pig. And this is surprisingly one of the top liked comments in this comment section, and I think it just shows the mentality of his fans, because they are literally blaming poor people, people who have no houses, people that have to live on the streets. They're blaming these poor people for not being as cleansed or well-mannered as people, privileged people who do live in big houses and have the ability to shower or just wash their face, for not being as well-mannered or as clean as a privileged man or a rich man. And I think it shows the mentality of these people watching the vlog. It shows how arrogant they are and how insensitive they are towards these people.
It was oddly sexual. This man's treating me right.
Bad.
Blur it out. Editor, blur this out.
Oh.
That's fake.
Wow, well, I mean, the good thing is that after visiting India, at least this guy will be leaving India with cleaner years and as a cleaner person. I mean, hey, he also has a new video idea.
He's nastier than an Indian. And that is nasty.
Impossible.
I mean, this last clip really speaks for itself, guys. Like, come on. Like, imagine the outrage if he said he's nastier than a black person. Like, the outrage would be crazy. But the reason that all of this is being swept under the rug is because these days online it has become a trend and it's become normalized to hate Indians and be racist towards their culture and the people, and this, guys, clearly needs to stop. And I don't want any of you guys watching this video to go to these YouTubers channels and their videos and start attacking them or hating on them, because if you try and fight hate with hate, no one is going to win. So instead of doing this, I think the best approach is just whenever you see a video like this, just try your best to explain to them in the comment sections that why what they're doing is wrong. And if you see any other videos like mine talking about the problem, make sure to share the video and try and spread awareness on this issue. And there's this other YouTuber who also made a good video talking about this topic, and I think he did a pretty good job, and if you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. But I think that's it for this video, and if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and make sure to subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me, and I hope you lot will have an amazing day.